Welcome to Board Game Tutorials. I'm your host Kevin, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Munchkin, a game where you slay your enemies, betray your friends, reap the rewards, because there can only be one winner, and if you want it to be you, then you must— Oh, hi kitty! You want some treats? Here, have some treats. Such a good kitty. So where was I? Alright, so let me drink my coffee, and let's get started. This is a fun game for 3 to 6 players. The main goal of the game is to reach level 10 by any means necessary. Each player must pick a color and a gender. After making their choices, they must place their tokens in the level 1 space marked on the board. There are 2 decks, treasure and door cards. Separate the two and place them on their spaces on the board. If you do not have a board, just place the decks in separate places and have a designated discard pile for each one. You can keep track of your levels with your own tokens like coins, but there is also an official app you can use. To finish the setup, deal 4 treasure cards and 4 door cards to each player. Now there are different types of treasure and door cards. Door cards can be races, classes, monsters, curses, monster modifiers, or level up cards, while treasure cards can be one-shot items, equipment, or special cards like hireling or level up cards. For the sake of keeping things in order, I'm going to focus on the races, classes, and equipment first. Classes and races each have their own unique playstyle, abilities, equipment, and one-shot items. For example, the dwarf race can equip any number of big items, while the elf can level up when helping another player in a fight. The thief can backstab players, while the warrior can increase his or her strength by discarding cards. It's all up to you to see which race and class you like best. However, they also come with vulnerabilities when it comes to fighting monsters. When it comes to equipment, you can only equip 1 headgear, 1 armor, 1 footwear, and 2 one-handed weapons or 1 two-handed weapon at a time. There are also big items, but you can only have 1 big item on your character at any given time. However, some equipment cards, like the singing and dancing sword or a really impressive title, are special and do not take any of those slots. When you have cards in play, you must have them revealed in front of you. If you want to use a new set of equipment, you can place the new one on the table and turn the old one sideways to show it's not equipped. If you get a new class or race, you place it on the table and discard the old one unless you have a half-breed card, which lets you have 2 races, or the Super Munchkin card, which lets you have 2 classes. You can also trade items, but they must be items in play. You can't exchange items from your hand. You can do it at any time except when you're in combat. When you receive an item, they must go into play and you can't sell it until it's your turn. We're not going to go over selling right now, we'll get to that later. Alright, let's go over turns. Now there are 3 phases in the turn: kicking open a door, looking for trouble, and looting the room. The first phase is kicking open a door. You must draw 1 card and reveal it. If it is a monster, you must fight it. If it is cursed, then you are cursed with whatever the card says. If you are cursed, you must have it revealed and on play until the curse is over. If it is any other card, then you must put it in your hand or play it immediately. If we don't draw a monster card in the first phase, then we can look for trouble. This means you can play a monster from your hand and fight it. If you don't draw a monster card and you don't look for trouble, then you can loot the room, which means you can draw 1 door card face down and place it in your hand. You don't have to reveal it. This is how you can draw curses without it affecting you, or monsters without fighting them. Let's go over monsters and the wandering monster card really quick. Now if you drew a curse card from looting the room or any other way— I don't have all the expansions— then you can curse other players. Curse cards can be played at any time. The wandering monster card makes the player currently in combat fight another monster you play from your hand. Undead monsters don't need a wandering monster card to be played if, and only if, the monster currently in combat is an undead monster. When you fight multiple monsters, you must fight them at their combined strength. You can play a one-shot item to discard one of the monsters, but you won't get any of the treasures unless the card specifically says differently. If you beat the monsters, you level up twice, sometimes more if one or both of the monsters you fought specifically says that you level up more than once. Now before we enter our first phase, let's get everything set up for my character really quick. Okay, so I'm going to go with purple, and I want to be female for this run. So my strength is at— alright, strength! I conveniently forgot about that until now! Look, there's a lot of stuff in this game, cut me some slack. Strength is the added total of our current level plus the bonuses given to us by equipment. Your strength can change at any time by class abilities, one-shot items, curses, etc. So since we are level 1 without any equipment at the moment, our strength is at 1. To remedy the low strength of my level 1 Munchkin, let's look at our hand to see what we have. Alright, so we got the Shield of Ubiquity, the Gentleman's Club, Slimy Armor, and a Rat on a Stick for our treasures. Let's equip the slimy armor and the rattle stick, which the added total is 2, plus our level, which gives us a strength of 3. Now let's check our door cards. We have the dwarf race and the thief class, and we have 2 other door cards, but we'll get to those later. Let's equip the dwarf race and the thief class for now. Alright, so we are ready to start our first phase of our first turn. Time to draw a card, and it is a large angry chicken. Alright, cue the battle music. Cue the Pokemon-inspired battle scene. Now let's go. To fight a monster, you must have a strength higher than the monster's level. Since we established our strength is at 3, that means we should win. But we have to see if the other players will do anything. Remember, this game is all about winning by any means necessary. If anyone wants to interfere with our combat, it can either benefit us or hinder our level progression. They can do this by using a monster modifier like Baby or Humongous, use a one-shot item like Sleep Potion, curse us, use a Wandering Monster card to make us fight 2 monsters, or even backstab us if they're a thief. So, let's see what our friends do. Oh. Great, he just boosted the monster with 10 levels with Humongous. Now we can't win! We don't have any items, so currently our options are either to run away or ask for help. If we run away, we have to roll a 5 or better. If we fail, then the bad stuff on the monster card happens. This can mean from losing items to losing levels to death. Sometimes even when you roll a 5 or higher, the bad stuff still happens if the monster has an ability or if someone plays an item that makes it harder to escape. If you do successfully escape, then discard the monster, but you get no treasure. If you are running away from multiple monsters, yes, that can happen, then you have to roll for each one. Now, you can also ask for help. This adds another player's strength to yours, but so do their vulnerabilities, and only one person can help at a time. They may also only want to help you for some of the loot. After all, if in the end, you both can't win the fight and need to run away, they must roll separately and they could fail. So, what are we gonna do? Well, the best option for me right now is to ask for help. So let's do that. Quirky wants to help since she's an elf and she can level up with me, but she also wants a treasure card since monster fighting ain't cheap. And we have no other options, so we're gonna say yes to that. And now, with our strength combined, we still can't beat it. Fortunately, we have plot armor on our side right now. Quirky has an item called Yuppie Water, which gives +2 strength to every elf in the battle, and she's an elf, so she gets that boost. Now, let's win this fight. Once you beat a monster, you get a certain number of treasure cards listed on the bottom right of the monster card, and you level up. Some certain monsters like King Tut can make you level up twice, just check the bottom left of the monster card. Now normally we will get 1 treasure for being the chicken, but since a player put Humongous on the monster, we get 3. We give Quirky 1 treasure card because that was her bribe, and we take 2. We level up for being the monster, and unless you're an elf, you cannot level up when you're helping a player beat a monster. But since Quirky is an elf, she levels up with us. But outside of combat, can we level up again? The answer is yes. Yes, we can. Outside of combat, there are 3 ways to level up: sell items, special treasure cards, and special door cards. The only exception is when you're leveling up to 10. The only way to level up to 10 is by killing a monster or using a special card as an exception to that specific rule. Example, Divine Intervention. I have really bad memories with that card, but I'm not going to talk about it. Now for us to stay ahead of the competition, let's use good old capitalism to help us level up. On the bottom right of the treasure cards, it tells you how much you can sell them for. If you can sell items that are together worth 1,000 gold pieces, you can level up. So let's look at our hand and see what we got. Since these 2 together are worth 1,000 gold pieces, we can level up again. Alright, so since there's nothing else we can do, let's end our turn. When you end your turn, you only can have a maximum of 5 cards in your hand. Any other cards must be given to the lowest level player. If that's you, then you discard them to the appropriate discard pile. So yeah, that's a basic turn of Munchkin. Now players continue taking turns, fighting monsters, grabbing treasure, betraying each other until one person reaches level 10. So let's skip ahead and get to the end game. Alright, so when you are level 9, the only way to get to level 10 is by combat, or if you have a card that's exception to the rule like Divine Intervention. So let's draw a card. Oh, it's Mr. Bones. Well, that's anticlimactic. I'm gonna win really quickly. Alright, cue the Pokemon transition. Alright, so let's end this fight already. What? Quirky played White Brothers? Okay, I will use Potion of Confusion. Little J played King Tut. Okay, I'll play Doppelganger to double my strength. Oh, Anderson played the Wandering Monster. A dragon? Okay, I'm gonna run away. 5 for Mr. Bones. 6 for King Tut. 4. Okay, I'm gonna use Loaded Die. 3. Okay, so I'm gonna use Invisibility Potions so I can run up. Oh. Well, shit. Well, I'm gonna lose. Next time I won't break the cat's toy by accident. Alright, so let's go what happens when you die in the game. When you die in the game, you lose all your items and stuff from your hand. You must lay them on the board and players can each take 1 card starting with the highest level. Once everyone has taken a card, you discard the rest. This is called looting the corpse. You can't receive any cards or gain levels for any reason since you're dead. You can keep your level, class, and race. If you have a Super Munchkin card or a Half-Breed card, you can keep those as well. When the next player turn starts, your new character appears alive and well. Once it's your turn again, you draw 4 door cards and 4 treasure cards and you take your turn normally. Alright, so that's it. That's how I play Munchkin. If you like this video, press the like button. If you want to watch more board game tutorials for all your board game needs, click the subscribe button. See you next time!